Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Scared Soldier back with another Borderlands 3 video, and in today's video we are going to be looking at the Moze build we have selected to run the Guardian Takedown. Now, we have a ton of Moze builds on the channel, such as Holy Moly Moze build, the Unholy Moze build, Splash Damage Moze, Phoenix Moze, a lot of different Moze builds in general to select from. Now, the one we have chosen to go with is the Unholy Moze build. I will be explaining that once we look at the gameplay, but first we're going to briefly look at the gear and the skill tree. If you guys want a more detailed explanation, this build is already on my channel. Just type in Unholy Moze build and you guys will find it for a full detailed explanation on why I made the decisions I've made. But quickly, we have 3 rocket launchers, all very good for dealing with mobs and also bosses. So this is very awesome because Moze is going to be good with the splash damage setup we have going on with Minesweeper. We also have the Monarch in case enemies get a little too close. We have different flavors of this Monarch as well. So we have shock and also radiation with consecutive hit. And we also have a Chaos in case as well, so we can switch between the two if you feel like using an SMG. Now, when it comes to the shields, we just got the Old God, and we have a Cloning Matadine Tracker with an Atom Bomb Victory Rush, and then finally a Minesweeper class mod. Now, when it comes to skill tree, quickly, this is a double capstone skill tree, so we are using both the combination of the blue tree with the green tree. Now, if you guys want, feel free to pause the video to maybe even take a picture. Maybe you want to write this stuff down. I don't know, but if you guys want to copy the build, go ahead and do so. I'll give you a second to do that. But yeah, that's what we're working with the blue tree, guys. And then finally, we have nothing in the red tree. And here is the green tree. So we got the second capstone right here, Forge. And this is what the green tree is looking like for us. Quite powerful, quite awesome. So I'm really happy with this way this build is set up. Of course, that is why we are going with it for the Guardian Takedown. Now, when it comes to the actual Mayhem modifiers we will be running for the Takedown, we are going to be keeping the ones you see on your right. Now, the one that I like the most is More Than Okay Boomer. This is going to boost the damage of our Minesweeper's grenade, which is very, very good for us. And when it comes to the other two that you see, Healing Avenger and Ticked Off, these are quite neutral, honestly. I don't feel a big difference in terms of gameplay. It doesn't affect us in a negative way, honestly, although Ticked Off may advertise 90% can look scary. Honestly, I don't feel a difference. And then when it comes to the very hard modifier, the buddy system is a great option for Moze because she does such a lot big splash damage radius. She can take out those buddy systems alongside the enemies that the buddy systems are helping protect. So that's very easy to deal with. We did not want Roguelite for Moze because she does a lot of splash damage and can actually kill herself with. So to avoid that, Roguelite killing us and restarting us all the way back to the Guardian Takedown's beginning, if we kill ourselves, we can still fight for our life and get back up, no problem. So that's why we have the buddy system. Now, we're going to be looking at why I chose this build in the gameplay and also when I think the actual Guardian Takedown will be released. So with that being said, let's go ahead and check that out. Alright guys, so we are at the Hall of Obsidian, and what we're going to do quickly is show you guys the skill tree and also the modifiers. So right here we have the same modifiers I showed you earlier. We also have the same skill tree that I showed you. We didn't make any adjustments. We're running with the same stuff. Nothing in the red tree as per usual with this setup. And I'm also going to be showing you the gear because I decided to switch out one weapon since it wasn't needed. So instead of using the back burner, we threw in the Chaos in, and we also have the Plague Bearer Yellow Cake in handy. We're mostly going to use the Plague Bearer actually because it's just going to be super easy to use, and I wanted to use some of the strongest stuff that I have with her. I decided to avoid the Yellow Cake because I know a lot of people do not like the Yellow Cake too much, so I want to showcase the Plague Bearer mostly instead because that's pretty much all we needed. If it ain't broke, we ain't going to fix it, and the Plague Bearer absolutely wrecks for us. So this is what you guys are going to be mostly seeing. Now, the reason why I chose this build quickly, guys, is because it does the most damage of any of the builds that I have on my channel. And when we're going in the Guardian Takedown, a lot of the Guardians are going to be quite challenging. Apparently, I haven't played it yet, so I don't know, but I can only go with what we were told. And apparently some of the Guardians are quite tanky. So I wanted to bring one of my most powerful builds in that scenario to give us the best chance possible to actually get through it. Now, you guys see, by dealing a lot of damage, it actually helps survivability because you're killing enemies so fast, they don't have the chance to really even damage you. So it kind of correlates together. By doing a lot of damage, you increase your survivability chances, which only makes sense. And the Unholy Moze build does just that. It absolutely wipes out enemies, as you guys are seeing. I really don't have to do much. I just shoot this weapon, throw a couple grenades to keep myself alive if ever I do take a little bit of damage, and I let the gun do the rest of the work. Now you guys can only imagine the radius of a yellow cake, for example. It would just go ham. Now that's what I would also use for the Guardian takedown, but for the sake of the video and the sake of my audience who do not like to see the yellow cake all the time, we decided to switch it up. Now what you're seeing here too is why I use the Plague Bear, is because it's very easy to keep the distance between the enemies, and that's very important because the Minesweeper does spawn quite a bit of grenades, and those micro grenades can actually kill you, like you're gonna see really soon. When an enemy runs at you and those homing projectiles come at you, you're gonna go in second wind a lot, so you got to keep your spacing definitely at minimum at least. And that brings me to my next point of why we did not use the modifier Roguelite. You see, we already went into second wind twice to 3 times already. That was just because of random explosions, and that is due to, you know, using a splash build with Moze. That is one of the consequences of doing that, so you got to be wary, and that's why we avoid Roguelite, because we would have to restart this challenge already a couple of times. So you see why we avoid Roguelite. Now overall, you guys see the damage is amazing. You just got to be careful of the extra splash damage, so keep your distance between the enemies, but you guys are going to be rewarded handsomely. Now, last point I want to make of the video was some of the questions the community may had some concern on, and that is in regards to when is the Guardian takedown going to officially launch. Now for those who are unaware, the Guardian takedown was supposed to be released on Thursday, June 4th, I believe, and that has been postponed. Now there has been a lot of disruption in the community. A lot of people actually had negative feedback of what's been going on. A lot of people were excited about the Guardian takedown being released because there hasn't been much content overall in Borderlands, and we were all excited about this new content gonna drop, since we had the same takedown, the Maliwan takedown, for the past 5 to 6 months now. So we wanted something new, and a lot of people are kind of upset with Gearbox's decision. But what I wanted to come to you with was that I believe, and I've heard around the community, that you can expect to see the Guardian takedown in between 1 week and 2 weeks. So most likely in 1 week, next Thursday, you guys should expect the Guardian takedown to come out. I don't see Gearbox holding off that long, or 2 weeks at the very most. I mean, at the end of the day, they are still going to try their best to get to the community and try to respect their audience as much as possible, because they understand that the community is not happy right now, but they are doing what they think is best for what is going on around the world. Whether you guys agree or disagree, that's up to you guys to decide. But my take on the whole thing is that we just got to do our best as content creators to get extra creative and provide you guys with content until the actual release of the takedown. So with that out the way, we have arrived at the boss, and here we go. We're going to see just how this Sarah of Supremacy is going to handle against our Moze build. So let's go ahead and pop some shots at him. And so far, you guys see, yeah, it's not going too well for him. So I think we stand a fair chance against the Guardian takedown, if you ask me. But with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please smash that like button as we obliterate this proving grounds with our Moze. And if you liked the video, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. It's your boy Scare Soldier signing out. Peace.